So I'm on vacation, but I wanted to take a minute and tell you to go check out the piece that we published this week, CecilyStone's The International Assembly. Something that this piece touches on and that I'm really interested in is kind of the way that we have thought about multiculturalism as Americans over the last 20, 30 years. When I was a kid, kind of the ideal in TV casting was, one person of kind of every race working together to solve a problem. Think Captain Planet, think the Power Rangers, think Brandy in Cinderella. And obviously these examples are not perfect, they have problems, but you get the point. And obviously, the way that we think about race and the way that we think about color blindness and all of that has changed over the last 30 years. But I do wonder if we are missing something in this kind of lack of multiculturalism that we see in our television and our movies now. And also just kind of generally in our lives. I think a lot of us kind of long for a childhood where we saw different people of different groups, different races, different ethnicities, different genders, all able to come together. And even though that wasn't necessarily happening in the real world, it was something that we were all kind of aspiring to, and it was showing up in our media and in our school programming, etc. And in this piece, Cecily, attends a school function with her children, wherein she sees this kind of multiculturalism start to come together, and it kind of fulfills this desire that she has for her own kids to have that sort of idealism. This is also something that was touched on a little bit in the Letters from Far Away that we featured a few weeks back, the children's book. But this idea of wanting a simpler childhood, or us feeling nostalgic for our childhood in the 90s, even though it definitely wasn't perfect. But that's just kind of a side note and something that I think is maybe interesting to explore further. Anyway, you can find it at the usual place. I hope that you find it as moving as I do.